When we think of narcissists, we often picture someone who is loud, boastful, and overtly self-centered. But not all narcissists fit this stereotype. Some are much more subtle and insidious, and these are the covert narcissists. In today's video, we are going to explore the traits, the tactics of covert narcissists, and how they differ from overt narcissists. And more importantly, how you can protect yourself if you find yourself in a relationship with one. What is a covert narcissist? Well, it is someone who exhibits many of the same characteristics as a classic or overt narcissist, but it's in a much more subtle, hidden way. They may not be outwardly grandiose or attention-seeking, but the need for admiration, control, and validation is just as strong. Covert narcissists often present themselves as humble, shy, self-depreciating, all that kind of stuff, which can make their manipulative behaviors really hard to detect. So they're insidious. Let's go through some traits. Trait number 1, hidden grandiosity. While an overt narcissist may well openly boast about their achievements and demand constant admiration, insist on it in fact, a covert narcissist's grandiosity is much more hidden. They may still see themselves as superior to others, but they will often keep these beliefs to themselves, only revealing them through subtle hints or passive-aggressive comments. For example, a covert narcissist may well downplay their successes or pretend to be modest, but they still expect others to recognize and admire them. They may express frustration or resentment when they don't receive the recognition they feel they deserve, even if they never directly ask for it. Trait number 2, passive aggressiveness. Covert narcissists often use passive-aggressive behaviors to express their anger, their frustration, or their need for control. Instead of confronting issues directly, they might use sarcasm, backhanded compliments, or the silent treatment to punish or manipulate others. And this passive-aggressiveness can be confusing and hurtful, as it allows for the covert narcissist to maintain an appearance of innocence while subtly undermining their target. Over time, this will erode the self-esteem and confidence of those around them, and it makes it difficult to identify the source of the problem. Trait number 3, playing the victim. Covert narcissists often play the victim. In fact, that's what they do. They do play the victim. This is their core trait. And this is to elicit sympathy and avoid taking responsibility for their actions. They do it in all these different shades of grey of how they do it. But they may well exaggerate their struggles, portray themselves as being unfairly treated, blame others for their problems. And this tactic allows them to manipulate others into feeling sorry for them and to deflect attention away from their own behaviour. So by playing the victim, the covert narcissist can also avoid accountability for their actions. And if you confront them about their behaviour, they may well respond with something like, "You don't understand how hard things are for me. I can't believe you're attacking me when I'm already feeling this low." And what this does is this shifts focus away from their actions and onto your supposed insensitivity, making it difficult to address the real issue. Trait number 4, emotional manipulation, which is a hallmark of covert narcissism. The covert narcissists are so skilled at using guilt, shame, and other emotions to control and manipulate those around them. They might be able to use subtle cues such as the tone of voice or body language to make you feel guilty or responsible for their feelings. For example, a covert narcissist might say, "I guess I'll just have to do this on my own," with a sigh and a sad expression that goes with it, implying that you are not doing enough to support them. And this kind of manipulation can be quite difficult to spot because it's often subtle and disguised as vulnerability or helplessness. But there's a barb in it. That's the thing to look out for. So how do you protect yourself from a covert narcissist? Protecting yourself from covert narcissists involves recognizing their tactics and setting clear boundaries. And I'm going to take you through some steps to help protect your emotional well-being. Step 1, recognize the signs. The first step in protecting yourself from a covert narcissist is knowing what these signs are and seeing them and acknowledge you've seen them. Pay attention to patterns of behavior that make you feel confused, guilty, or inadequate. If you notice passive aggressiveness, victim playing, or emotional manipulation, it's important to acknowledge that these behaviors are not normal. They are not healthy. Step number 2, set boundaries. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with anybody actually, but especially with a covert narcissist. This might involve limiting your contact with them, refusing to engage in their manipulative tactics, or clearly stating what behavior you will and you will not tolerate. For example, you might say, "I won't continue this conversation if you keep using sarcasm to undermine me." These boundaries will help protect your emotional well-being and prevent the covert narcissist from exerting control over you. So it's important to enforce these boundaries consistently, even if the narcissist tries to push back or test your limits, which they will do. Step number 3, don't take the bait. Covert narcissists often try to provoke emotional reactions from others as a way to maintain control or validate their sense of superiority. It's important not to take the bait. If they try to guilt trip you, play the victim, or use passive-aggressive techniques, try to remain calm and detached. I mean, the best thing to do is to walk away completely. But if you're not ready to do that, try and remain calm. Try and get detached. And by refusing to engage in their manipulative games, you actually deny them the emotional response that they are actually seeking. They get energy from it. And this will, in turn, reduce their power over you and protect your emotional health. Step number 4, seek support. Dealing with a covert narcissist will be emotionally exhausting and very confusing. It's so insidious. They get under your skin. It's very hard to get away from. So do seek support. It's really important to get it from trusted friends, family members, especially for the reality checks on things if gaslighting is involved. Or talk to a therapist, because what this will do is, if you're talking to someone who understands your situation, it helps provide validation, clarity, and guidance as you navigate the relationship. It's just that extra set of eyes going, no. That objective viewpoint, that helicopter viewpoint, going, no, you're on the right track. And therapy can be particularly helpful in helping you build resilience, set boundaries, and developing strategies for dealing with the covert narcissist. And a therapist will also help you work through any emotional trauma or self-esteem issues that you may have, which have been exasperated by the relationship, because that's what therapists do. Step number 5, consider distance or detachment. In some cases, the best way to protect yourself from a covert narcissist is to distance yourself from the relationship or detach emotionally. This may well involve limiting your interactions with them, reducing the amount of time you spend together, or even ending the relationship entirely if it's too toxic. Whilst detachment can be difficult, especially if the covert narcissist is a close family member or even your partner, and then you've got a whole load of other issues, the house, the bills, the kids, all that stuff. It really is sometimes necessary to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Fast forward your life 3 years and kind of have a guess about where you might be if you stay. Because you do have the right to prioritize your health and your happiness, even if it means creating a distance from someone who is harmful. Covert narcissists can be very challenging to deal with because their manipulative behaviors are often subtle and hidden. Like I said, and I love the word, covert narcissists are insidious. So by recognizing the signs, setting boundaries, refusing to take the bait, seeking support, and considering distance or detachment, you really can protect yourself from their harmful tactics and maintain your emotional well-being. I hope you found this video helpful. It's a brief overview. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please feel free to share your own experiences or ask questions in the comment section below. And just remember, you do deserve to be in a relationship where you are treated with respect, honesty, and care, and you do the same for yourself, to yourself. As always, until I see you next time, please take really good care of yourselves. Adios.